Hello, I want to take this time to tell you about the GNOME text editor. I'm hesitant to call it new, but I don't think it's been out very long. I was looking for an editor to take the place of Notepad++ that run in Windows with a spell checker because spelling is not one of my strong points. Well, I like working with software, and I can even remember recorder songs and play the recorder sort of by memory and ear, I guess you would say. Spelling is not one of my strong points, and I was looking for a really simple text editor with a spell checker, and I found it in GNOME's text editor, and it's titled very simply text editor. I kind of like that too. I kind of maybe wish the name was a little shorter, but I like it fine, and I'm going to show you a couple things about it. Here is flathub.org where it can be found in one place, but it's also in Linux Mint repository, what some folks might consider the Linux Mint store. So I'll show you where that is and where to find it. Hopefully this don't take too long to load. Okay, we're going to type in text editor. Takes a little while for that to load. I got my little clock running up here. I hope maybe you like that. If you're interested in that, let me know. I'll try to do a video on that sometime. Okay, here it is. You can click on it and you can see I've already have it installed because it says to launch it. And so I already have it installed. But we're going to open a text file with it here in Documents. We use our favorite example text file, disk space defined. We're going to display it. We're going to make it large. No spell checker is perfect, and neither is this one. But I just wanted a basic spell checker, and I like it very well. But some words it won't recognize, like when I was working with partitions the other day, I seen it didn't recognize unallocated. And spell that right. But if you take the on off of it, there, see, it's fine. But if you put the on it, then it does not like it. You see the problem I have with spelling and why this program means so much to me. But so there's some words that it maybe should recognize and don't, and I'm sure you can add them or tell them to disregard it. But that's that. Slide this clock down here. There's only a lot of text editors has a bunch of pull down menus up here. This one has two basic ones that I know of, and that's this one. You see I got the spell checking checked, and right here is where you save and find and do your searches and all about that. So okay, one issue I did have was trying to make a shortcut on the desktop for this text editor. Before I get into that, how did I set that as my default editor? Okay, see if I can remember how to do it. You right click, you choose open with, and even though you see both of them here, disregard that and hit other applications. See, there's Xed right there, and then there's the GNOME text editor. But disregard that. You could hit this and actually open it with Xed. I'll show you. Hopefully this works. Yep. See, here's Xed. Okay. What you want to do is choose Open With, Other Applications, and then when you set this, like let's say I want to go back to this text editor, what you want to do is set as default and then choose OK, but I don't want to choose OK because I like it the way that we got it, so I'm going to choose Cancel. Okay, and that should make it, once you get it installed and the option is there, that should let you make it your default text editor. Make sure I didn't mess that up, and I don't think I did. Nope, we're still running it. Yep. Okay, it did mess that part up. Let's see if it's only in that one. Okay, so we got to go back and reset that. Even though I hit cancel, it went, for whatever reason, it went ahead and did it. So you'll get to see this done. We're going to hit Open With, Other Applications. We're going to choose this. We're going to choose Set It as Default. And we're going to choose OK. And now we're back. Goody. Back to our good old GNOME text editor that I like very well. We're going to use this text editor link later on, but if you want to see the spell checker working, you can see those red lines under there, that words that it doesn't recognize. Okay, now we've got it working. It's opening our text files. As default. So there's some words it doesn't recognize. Okay, but the issue I ran into was trying to make a shortcut on my desktop. Okay, now we know how to do this with Xed. Okay, let's say we're going to create a launcher here. And we're going to call this disk-based info. And here we browse and we go to Documents. And we got that highlighted. So we choose OK, and we don't want to put a comment in there. We don't want to launch it in a terminal. We choose OK. Do you want to add it to the menu down here? No, we don't want to add it to the menu because it's just an example. And here it is. Okay, and we said in our other video that no, it won't run now because it needs more. And you got to hit Properties, and you got to take the command line and go to the start of it there by clicking the cursor there. And you want to put in, for the default editor, you want to put XED space and then hit close, and then it'll open it with the default editor. Okay, and see, this is the default editor. This is Xed and not the GNOME editor. So I don't know if this is the proper way. There might be an easier way, but I found a way to make it assume or go to the GNOME editor. And how you do that, or how I did it, I'll just explain a little bit to you. I went to the file manager. I went to search and I typed in text editor. And it starts a search in all of those, and it goes on and on and on. But as I went down to the bottom, I'm not going to go ahead and go through with this. If you want to, you can, but I'm not going to because it takes too long and you'll just get bored with me looking. So I'm going to cancel that. But I went down to the bottom and I found the link to where it was at. And I had to edit the link because the problem being, I think what I was telling it, said, okay, here's the path, here's the editor, and it was telling, and I don't know that much about links and code, but what I think it was doing was saying, okay, here's text editor, open anything. Then I told it to open this file. So it's like open anything, open this file. So I had to take off what I think in the code was open anything, and I had to backspace that much of it to where it got to the point where it wouldn't work anymore, and I stopped right there where it quit working, and I'm going to show it to you. And here's the link that I found. Okay. Here's the link that I found that works. I mean, there was a bunch of other stuff here on the outside that was typed in. I mean, you know, it was like blah, 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 blah. And I backspaced all of that. Okay, clear down to this. And this was the last point that I could go to where it would still find it and open my file. So what I did was I just pasted, instead of where I usually put XED, I put this in front of it. I put this, and I copied it. Okay. Now we're going to close this out. We're going to close this. And I don't want to save the changes I'd made to it. Then we're going to go to here. We're going to highlight that. Right click and push properties. Then right here in this command line, we're going to backspace now remember, I've already put a space in here. Watch this. See, now there's a space. Put a space in first, and then take your cursor back one, because you need a space in there. So open this, and then it goes to open and tells it what file to open. Okay, so go ahead and right click and hit paste. Okay, and you can see it put all this path in here, all this path to find the text editor. And now we're telling it to open this right here. Open this file that I want you to open in documents. Okay, now we're going to push close. And I know that's a lot to do, and that's a lot for it to look at, but for whatever reason it works. I'll show you that it works. Okay, and I hope it does. Hey, there it is. Usually when you're showing somebody something is when it don't. But now then we have a desktop shortcut, or a desktop launcher, if you will, to open this file. Okay. And it's actually open it with the new GNOME editor. So that was how I did that. I know that was a lot to do. Then of course, if you want to change the icon on this, you can go down and choose properties, choose the icon. You can choose a spot. You can choose one of these from the list. You can choose disk, and you could use one of these if you wanted. I like the little floppy for this, and you can choose a select, and there it is. And then of course if you wanted to choose a custom one, see if it still works, and it does. If you wanted to choose a custom one, you can choose properties, you can choose the icon, you can choose browse, and you can choose pictures, and you can choose whatever you want there. Let's see here, let's just choose one and choose open. You have to choose, you have to select it here for it's going to work, because select is not lit up, it's not dark. So click on that and then it'll get dark, so you can be able to select it and click on it. Okay, and there's that. Okay, I hope you like this little demonstration. Let me know if you find the clock interesting, if you would like more information on that. Anyway, I won't hold you up any longer. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for stopping in, and I hope you have a real nice day.